All right, welcome back. So, middle of September, took an opportunity to go out to Cape Cod and go fishing with my buddy Disco. Went out there initially for tuna and had a pretty good tuna trip, as you can see here. According to the captain and first mate that day, that was the smallest fish they'd put on their boat that year. But we went specifically after a keeper eating size tuna. So if it had been too much bigger, we actually wouldn't have been able to keep it, just due to Atlantic tuna fishing rules. But took the opportunity while I was out there to go fishing with Disco, do a little kayak bass fishing, and just totally different environment than here in Vegas. Beautiful weather for the most part, except for the day we went fishing. So we'd been out the night previously, fairly late, didn't get a chance to really get the video set up. But the next day we went out to a place called Santuit Reservoir, fairly shallow. Deepest water I think I saw was 9 feet. Stained water, lots of laydowns, lots of overhanging brush, decent number of docks, and we found some areas of lily pads. So watch a little bit of footage here. Little backlash. I don't have that problem. So fished for about 2 hours around the north end of the lake, and no luck. The feeder creek for the lake, or for the reservoirs up there, and there's a spot of pads as you saw in that little clip there. Both of us threw a frog through there, worked spinner baits and what have you around the edges, and no bites. So started working our way down the eastern shore of the lake, and I basically just decided I was going to cover some water and just started throwing a spinner bait through there. So my first battery pack on the GoPro died, and ended up missing a small, or missing getting my first catch on film. It was about a 15-inch fish, nothing special, but was, at least kept the skunk off the boat that day. And then I got into this fish. shortly after that fish, of course, battery dies again, and made an errant cast. Got my line looped over a branch, and I ended up with something enough that I had to get my phone out and get a quick clip here, so we'll watch that. Fish hit that as I was coming over. I'd thrown over that limb, and just as I'm reeling it in, it's getting ready to break the surface, he smoked it. I ended up losing that fish as I tried to get in close to get my line off the branch. I gave him enough slack and dropped him back down in the water. He shook the hook, but I just thought that was pretty funny. So I was working my way farther down that eastern bank. I came to the first patch of lily pads down that bank, and started getting some pretty good action in there.
Jeez.
So after losing that fish and several other blow-ups, I worked my way farther down the bank and came to another patch of lily pads. And Disco said he'd lost or missed 2 in this particular patch. So let's see what happens.
That's a fish. He ate it too. That was awesome. That was awesome. See ya.
So that fish worked out, measured out just around 20 inches, probably just shy of 5 pounds. And then you saw the 2 swipes there at the end. That was kind of the end of the action for the day. And the weather had been kind of rolling in and out, winds picking up, dying down, rain coming and going. So decided it was kind of a good chance to make my way to the other end of the lake. It was complete opposite of the lake from the launch. So started making my way the other way.
I think I'm going to call it a day. I'm wet. I'm really wet.
So I got back to the launch area and took care of some personal business, and then got back in the kayak. And this next clip will pretty well explain why I love my Mirage Drive kayak and why I've never really much wanted a prop drive, pedal drive kayak. So in addition, that Wilderness Systems radar that I was in possibly could have the worst seat I've ever sat in. So crossing that one off the list of potential kayaks. If you've got one that works for you, great. Kayak's not for me. Alright, so just a quick little video of kind of the highlights of fishing Sand-Tuit Reservoir in Sandwich, Massachusetts, out on Cape Cod. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and until next time, cheers and tight lines.